Physics Class 11 Chapter 5 Laws of Motion. In the last class we have studied the circular motion of a car on a level and on a banked road. Today we shall study how to solve problems in mechanics. To handle a typical problem in mechanics systematically, one should use the following steps. So we have got some steps to use when we solve problem in mechanics. Step 1. Draw a diagram showing schematically various parts of the assembly of bodies, the links, supports, etc. So first step is that you should draw a schematical diagram. Step 2. Choose a convenient part of the assembly as one system. Now from this diagram or this you select a part of it. Okay, the diagram which you have drawn, select a part of it and call it as the system. Step 3. Draw a separate diagram which shows this system and all the forces on the assembly by the remaining part of the assembly. Now you have to draw a separate diagram of the part which you are selecting in step 2. Okay, and you have to also show all the forces acting on that assembly or on that system. Include the forces on the system by other agencies. You have to also include the forces acting on this by the other agencies. Do not include the forces on the environment by the system. Now the system also will exert some force on the environment. You will exclude that forces. A diagram of this type is known as a free body diagram, and this kind of diagram we call it as a free body diagram. We can also define free body diagram in another way as it is a pictorial representation in which the body under study is assumed free from rest of system. Okay, same thing but I have just written in little more different ways. Step 4. In a free body diagram, include information about forces, their magnitude and direction. So in a free body diagram, you should write or mention all the forces in the magnitude and direction. Step 5. If necessary, follow same procedure for another choice of the system. If it is needed, then you can take another system of a free body. Okay, so another system or follow the same procedure. Step 6. Use laws of motion to determine the unknown quantities. Now using the Newton's laws of motion, we can find or calculate the unknown quantities. Example 5.12. See figure 5.15. A wooden block of mass 2 kg rests on a soft horizontal floor. When an iron cylinder of mass 25 kg is placed on top of the block, the floor yields steadily and the block and the cylinder together go down with an acceleration of 0.1 meter per second square. What is the action of the block on the floor? A. Before and B. After the floor yields. Take G is equal to 10 meter per second square. Identify the action-reaction pairs in the problem. This is the free diagram is given. This is the diagram and this is the free body diagram. Let us write down the data which is given in the question. Mass of wooden block M is equal to 2 kg. Mass of iron cylinder capital M is equal to 25 kg. Acceleration A is equal to 0.1 meter per second square. Acceleration due to gravity G is equal to 10 meter per second square. Okay, the diagram which is given in the textbook I have drawn here. This is the wooden block of mass 2 kg. It is resting on a soft horizontal surface. And after in the second diagram you are placing iron cylinder of mass 25 kg on the wooden block. At that time, since this surface is a soft, it goes down. So first it was at this position, now it has gone down and is going down with the acceleration given to us as 0.1 meter per second square. Now this side I have drawn the free body diagram. This also is given in your textbook. Okay, so for the first situation, this is the diagram we call it as free body diagram. Here I have taken the forces, right? See here not forces are not drawn, but here I am taking the force. This is the reaction force because of the surface. Okay, it is upward. Since and downward because of the mass of the block, there is a force because of the gravity, okay, the earth's gravity, and that is downward. It is given as F is equal to mg equal to mass of the block is 2 and g they have asked us to take 10, so 2 into 10 Newton, that is 20 Newton, right? And here they have said that the block is at rest. That means these two mass will be, the resultant of this will be 0. Okay, that means the body is at rest. It shows that the net external force on this body is 0, right? That means F and R will be equal. So R equal to F, that means R will become 2 into 10, that is 20 Newton. Okay, and then in the second diagram, when you are placing this cylinder, the block and the cylinder together, they go down, right? Now the mass of the system has changed. Here mass was, in the first it was 2 kg, now 2 plus 25. So the system of cylinder and the block will have the total mass is 27 kg, 25 plus 2 kg, right? And the gravitational force on this system will be towards the downward, and it is F is equal to mg. Mass will be now 27 into g is 10, so it will be 270 Newton. And the reaction force will be upward, that is R dash. Since it is going down, here the R dash and this F will not be same. Okay, they will be different, and we shall find out the value of R dash. Part A, action of the block on the floor before floor yields. Before floor yields means comes down, it is at rest, right? So both the forces are equal, or you can say the net external force is 0 on the block. The block is at rest on the floor. Force of gravitational attraction F is equal to mg equal to 2 into 10 equal to 20 Newton. And normal force R in equilibrium. Why equilibrium? Or both are equal and opposite, therefore the box is at rest. Net force on block is 0, so that's why the net force is 0. So we can say R and this F is same, F value is 20, so R value is 20 Newton. Part B, action of the block on the floor after floor yields. That means after the floor goes down. Okay, so after the floor goes down, the reaction force is R dash upward and the gravitational force is downward. The system, block plus cylinder accelerate downward with A is equal to 0.1 meter per second square. Therefore, force on a system R, force of gravity due to the earth, F is equal to 27 into 10 equal to 270 Newton, and normal force R dash. So these are the force acting on the system of block and cylinder. Now we'll use F is equal to ma, this formula, and we'll calculate the value of R dash. Okay, so force will be the resultant of this force, gravitational force and the normal force, that is 270 minus R dash equal to m. Now the total mass will be mass of the block, that is this wooden block, and the cylinder, that is 2 plus 25, which is 27. So here I have written 27 and acceleration is given to us 0.1, so 0.1. So 27 into 0.1 equal to 2.7. Now R dash, which is negative, transfer over here, and 2.57 transfer over here. So you get R dash equal to 270 minus 2.7. Okay, this difference is 267.3 Newton. So this is the value of R dash. Okay, and it will be upward, right? So it is upward. I have shown here in the free body diagram. Now they have also asked us to find the action reaction pairs. So for A, action, force of gravity on the block equal to 20 Newton. Now there is a force of gravity on the block. Okay, that is 20 Newton downward, right? So that is the, if you call that as action, then reaction will be force of gravity on the earth by block. Now this block also will have gravitational force on the earth. Okay, that you call it as a reaction. Action, force on the floor by block, and reaction, force on a block by floor. So they will, it also is mutual force, right? So action, if you call as a force on the floor by the block, then reaction you call it as a force on the block by the floor. Okay, in part B, that is here. Okay, in this situation, or you call this situation, in that the action, if you are calling force of gravity on a system by earth, that is 270 Newton. Okay, so that is this one. Then reaction, you can say force of a gravity on earth by system. Then earth system also will have exerting some force on earth, that gravitational force. So that force also will be equal to 270 Newton, equal to 270 Newton. Okay, then action, if you call force on floor by system. Now if the on the floor by system, that force you call as action, then the reaction will be force on system by the floor. Okay, they are mutual forces. So I have written here. From here we can write that action reaction pair consist of mutual forces. Okay, they are mutual force which are always equal and opposite between two bodies. So they are always equal and opposite between the two bodies. Okay, so these are the equal and opposite forces, and they are action reaction pairs. Okay, two forces on the same body which happen to be equal and opposite can never constitute action reaction pairs. Here the two will be not TO, it should be TWO. Let me correct it. It should be two forces. Okay, so two forces on the same body which happen to be equal and opposite can never constitute action reaction pair. The force of gravity on mass in A or B and the normal force on the mass by floor are not action reaction pairs. So this first and second, this is second is we have given from our from our example, and this one is the general form. Okay, the two forces, if they are acting on the same body, if they are equal and opposite, then you cannot say that they are action reaction pairs. Okay, so that is the general form, and this they have given us, or we can say that it is from our calculation or from our example. Why? You can look here. See, in the first situation we can see that here this reaction and the gravitational force, they are equal because R equal to 20 we said, and F also is 20, right? So they are equal and opposite. One is upward, one is downward, but they are acting on the same body. Therefore we cannot say that this R is like action to the gravitational force F. Okay, so they are not action reaction pairs. They are equal and opposite, but they are not action reaction because they are acting on the same body and two different forces. Okay, so that is what the statement is here. Two forces on the same body which happen to be equal and opposite can never constitute action reaction pairs. Okay, so that you can understand from this example. We'll keep this much for today, and with this we also end the chapter 5 of physics class 11. Thank you very much.